Hi, this is CAD/CAM Lessons channel. In this video, using this simple example, I will show you how to create such a part in Blender. First, I want to mention that I am learning Blender. Some time ago, I started learning this program, then had to pause my Blender studies for a while, and now I am returning to learn Blender again. Along the way, I also want to show you some basic things that I initially struggled with myself. I am a user of 3D CAD systems, which are systems for technical, precise 3D modeling. Modeling in Blender has a somewhat different approach, but I would like to gradually familiarize myself with this program and also learn how to create basic 3D models in it. That's why I'm starting with such simple examples to slowly, step by step, get to know Blender. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new content. And if you'd like to support my work and treat me to a virtual coffee, you can find all the details in the description below. Thank you for your support. Okay, I will start a new project here. By default, there may be a cube in the view. However, if you don't have this cube, go to the Add menu, choose Mesh, and then Cube. A cube will appear here. If you already have such a cube, you don't need to do this. This cube can remain. Another thing is that I use metric units. I have set here the units to millimeters. I have shown how to do this before, but if you want to set millimeters, go to the scene settings. We have a unit section, and here set metric and unit scale 0.001. Additionally, I also have the grid scale set to 0.001 so that we can work in millimeters. Alright, we have this cube. Now we will change the dimensions of this cube. To do this, select the cube and go to the Item tab. If these tabs are not visible, you can make them visible by clicking this arrow or by pressing the N key on the keyboard. Now, to change the dimensions of this cube, we have the Dimensions section here. We set the dimensions along the X, Y, and Z axes. Enter 100 millimeters for the X-axis, 70 millimeters for the Y-axis, and 5 millimeters for the Z-axis. Okay, when it comes to zooming in and out, we do this using the mouse wheel. And when it comes to moving the view, we hold Shift and the mouse wheel to move the view. Now we have a simple plate here. Nothing special, but for a beginner, it's already a step in getting to know Blender. Now we will create holes in the corners of this plate. If you have experience working with 3D CAD systems, like FreeCAD or Fusion, you need to change your approach to modeling a bit. In FreeCAD, I would do it by creating a sketch of a circle on the top face of the plate and then adding a material removal operation based on the sketch. Here, you have to approach it differently, as you need to create a cylinder model first and then cut the cylinder from this plate. Contrary to appearances, it's quite easy. In my opinion, it's a bit more time-consuming than in FreeCAD, but we can do it easily. To do this, go to the Add menu, select Mesh, and then choose Cylinder to insert a cylinder into the project. I just mentioned that it takes a little longer to do this in Blender than in FreeCAD, but I want to emphasize right away that this is not Blender's flaw. I'm not saying that Blender is worse than FreeCAD. It's just done differently, as Blender is intended for something else. FreeCAD is a system for technical modeling of parts with precise dimensions. Feature-based parametric modeling. Blender is a system for more free organic modeling, which doesn't mean that you can't create parts with regular shapes in Blender. That's just not the main purpose of this program. Alright, I have a cylinder here. Notice that I haven't clicked anywhere yet because we still have the Add Cylinder window open, where we can define the parameters of this cylinder. I will start with the radius value. For the radius, I will enter 5 millimeters. I press Tab to go to the next window. Here, we specify the height of the cylinder. Based on this cylinder, I would like to create a hole in this solid. This cylinder should be thicker than the plate. The plate has a thickness of 5 millimeters, so I will enter 10 millimeters as the height of this cylinder, so that it protrudes beyond the plate on the bottom and the top. As for the vertices parameter, we define here the angularity of this cylinder. What we create in Blender is solids consisting of triangles. We don't create smooth, regular shapes here. If we export such a solid, for example, for 3D printing, it will be printed like that. It will not be a perfect cylinder, it will be an angular solid, but if we increase the number of vertices, that solid will be smoother, and the difference will not be as noticeable in reality. Alright, we have a cylinder like this. As I mentioned, I would like to create holes in the corners of this solid, so I will add more copies of this cylinder. To add more copies of this cylinder, with the cylinder selected, I right-click and choose Duplicate Objects. We can also use the keyboard shortcut Shift+D. Okay, the object has been duplicated. Now, if I press Escape, this cylinder will be placed in the same location as the original cylinder. We have two cylinders that are now in the same position. In a moment, we will move these cylinders. If we move one of these cylinders slightly, you can already see how it looks. For now, I will return here to the value of 0 so that these cylinders are in the same position. I click the left mouse button to accept that. So, we have here two cylinders in the same place. I need two more cylinders, so I select this cylinder and press the keyboard shortcut Shift+D. Now I have another copy of the cylinder. If you place this cylinder somewhere else, for instance, if you click randomly in the workspace, we can reset the position of this cylinder. We simply enter 0, 0, 0 and click the left mouse button to confirm. We have three cylinders in the same location. I select one again, press Shift+D, and I have a duplicated cylinder. If I click here and click again, this cylinder is completely outside of the solids. When we select this cylinder, we also have its position here. We can also reset that position here. We will come back to that shortly, because now we need to change the position of these solids and place them in the corners of this plate. To do this, we select one cylinder and specify the distance along the X and Y axes. We will move it along the X-axis by 40 millimeters, and along the Y-axis, we will move it by 25 millimeters. Okay, the first cylinder has been moved. We select the next one, move it 40 along the X-axis, and minus 25 along the Y-axis. This way, we move it in that direction. We select the next cylinder. Now we will move it in the negative direction along the X-axis. So minus 40 and Y 25. Okay, we select the last solid and here X minus 40, Y minus 25, enter. We have four cylinders in the corners of this plate. Now, to create holes in the solid based on these cylinders, we need to perform a Boolean operation. At this point, we have four such cylinders. To create four holes in the solid based on them, we would have to perform four subtraction operations. But we can also do this in such a way that we can select these cylinders, holding the Shift key and right-clicking. We can choose the Join option. These cylinders have been joined into one object. It is now a single object, and now we can perform the operation of subtracting one solid from another. From the plate, we can remove these cylinders. To do this, we select this plate here in the object list or simply in the workspace. We go to the modifiers, we click the wrench icon, click Add Modifier, choose Generate and select Boolean. Since what we want to do is a Boolean modifier which includes operations for adding and subtracting solids, we choose Boolean and have selected the difference operation, which is the subtraction of solids. If we wanted to combine these solids, we could select the union option. In the object parameter, we click the left mouse button and must specify what we will be subtracting from this plate. Here, it's the object cylinder 003. We select it, expand the menu, and click Apply to implement it. At first glance, it may seem that nothing has changed. However, if I now turn off the visibility of the cylinders, we have holes here. This operation worked and we created holes in this plate. These solids are not needed, so I can select and hit delete to remove them. These objects have been deleted, and we have a plate with holes. Now we will create counterbores in these holes and do it in a similar manner. From the Add menu, choose Mesh and then Cylinder to create a cylinder here. For the radius of this cylinder, enter 8 mm. The height of this cylinder can remain as it is. We click the left mouse button in the workspace to accept this. Now we need to change the position along the Z-axis so that we create a counterbores in these holes. I select this object, and here we have the position, and we can move it along the Z-axis a bit. We will move it along the Z-axis, for example, by 4 mm. Okay, let's move it by 5 mm instead. Here, as you can see, this cylinder is partly within the solid. Based on this, we will create another holes. But now we need to position this cylinder correctly in these holes. We will do it by creating one cylinder for now, and we will set its position. 40 along the x-axis, 25 along the y-axis. One cylinder, and this cylinder is in that hole. Now we will add the other cylinders using a mirror operation, which is also a modifier. We add another modifier, choose Generate, and select Mirror. Okay, I want to add a mirror along the x and y axis. So I will select both axes, but at first I will leave only the y-axis to show you how it works. We leave the y-axis, so we will add a mirror along the y-axis. As for the mirror, by default the center of the object is used as the mirror point. We have the mirror object parameter, and we can change the object that will be the reference point. For the object that will be the reference point, select Cube. We have added a mirror along the y-axis, but it's actually a mirror along the x-axis. I initially miscommunicated here. We are not adding the mirror in such a way that the x-axis is the plane of the mirror, but we are adding the mirror along the x-axis. Now, if I select Y, we will also add a mirror in that direction, and that way we have created 4 cylinders. I accept this modifier. Note that it is now a single object. Now from the object cube, I will remove these solids, so we select the plate, add a modifier, generate Boolean, and here also difference. As objects, we specify cylinder and click Apply. We have created counterbores in the solid. Now I select these cylinders and press Delete to remove them since they will no longer be needed. As you can see, we have created such a plate. It's not a complicated model. It took a bit of clicking, but step by step we can create such solids in Blender. Now I will show you one more thing. I will show you how to add fillets to the corners of this solid. We can do this in Edit mode, select this solid, and switch to Edit mode. I would like to add fillets to the corners of this solid. First, let's switch to Edge Selection. At this moment we are in Vertex Selection mode. Here we have Edge Selection mode, and here we have Face Selection mode. Let's switch to Edge Selection mode and start by selecting one edge. I select this edge. Now, to add a fillet, we choose the bevel operation. And notice how it looks. We need to drag this gizmo a bit. Okay? At this moment, it is a chamfer. But as we increase the number of segments, it will look better. It looks like a fillet, but pay attention to the radius value here. We have a very small value of 1/10 of a millimeter, and this radius looks like this. Sometimes it can also happen that this radius is not equal in one axis. It may be larger in one direction and smaller in the other. This puzzled me a lot at first. Here it may not be very visible, but sometimes it happens that one side is more rounded, the other side is less rounded, and this radius does not look nice. It's not smooth. Besides that, we have a very small value for this radius. It should be significantly larger. I will press Ctrl Z to undo this. I will exit Edit mode and return to Object mode. Here, to easily add these radii so that they are added correctly, we also need to apply the scale. If I select this solid now, pay attention to the scale here. We don't have a scale of 1. Instead, this model is scaled. To avoid issues with adding bevels, we need to apply the scale. To apply such a scale, go to Object, Apply, and then Scale. For now, I'm not clicking yet. Notice the scale here and see what happens when we apply this scale. The scale has been changed to X1, Y1, Z1. Let's switch to Edit mode. I select the model, Edit mode. The bevel operation is already selected, and the corner is also selected. I drag this gizmo a bit to add the bevel with a larger number of segments. I set the view from the top, and now you can see that the radius looks better. Additionally, we now have a value of 4 mm, and this radius is smaller than it was when we had a value of 0.1. Here, I will enter a radius of 5 mm, and we have something like this, but for now, I will cancel it. I will select all corners at once, press Ctrl Z to return to the sharp corner. We could leave it. We could simply add more fillets to the other corners, but I also want to show you one more thing along the way. We have something called X-ray mode, and now, when I enable this mode, I can, for example, select this corner, which is not visible without this mode. Without X-ray mode, I cannot select this corner in this view, but when I have X-ray mode on, I can select this corner. Now, holding Shift, I will select the other corners. The bevel operation is already active. I drag this gizmo by any value. Here, I will enter a radius of 5, and as the number of segments, I will set it to 64, and click the left mouse button to confirm. I switch to Object mode. We have something like this. I won't say that it was super easy, but I think that step by step we will get to know Blender gradually. We'll end here. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel.